have anything you'd like to say? Today we are going to be doing a January TBR. I've never done a TBR on this channel because this is my third video. However, historically, I can tell you that I am terrible at sticking to TBRs, and I often set way too many on my TBR, like 15, 20 books. So today I only picked 8 because I think that's feasible. So we're gonna do 8 books for January, see how it goes, see what we're feeling this year, because I went into a major reading slump at the end of 2022. I think it's just because of the holidays. Sorry. My cat has decided that now is a great time to take a bath. What are you doing? What are you doing? Weirdo. Anywho, so the first book on my January TBR is Vow of Thieves. This is the second book in the Dance of Thieves duology. It's about, basically, like, it takes off, basically it picks up right after Dance of Thieves, and I've never actually read the back. I'm gonna read it now. I'm not gonna say it because it might spoil, but still. Yeah, this one sounds very intense. So I started reading it yesterday and I'm on chapter 11, but yeah, so that's the first book on my January TBR, and I am doing a reading vlog for this, so that's why I wanted to read it first. Now the rest of these are not in any particular order, it's just the way that I have them stacked right now. The next book is Dial A for Aunties, so I want to read this book. Well, I really wanted to read the next one, but I didn't know that it was like kind of a series, so I'll read the synopsis for this one, but it sounds very funny and interesting. So at the top, like, of the synopsis up here, it says, what happens when you mix one accidental murder with 2,000 wedding guests and then toss in a possible curse on 3 generations of an immigrant Chinese Indonesian family? You get 4 meddling Asian aunties coming to the rescue. Says when Madeline Chan ends up accidentally killing her blind date, her meddlesome mother calls for her even more meddlesome aunties to help get rid of the body. Unfortunately, a dead body proves to be a lot more challenging to dispose of than one might anticipate, especially when it is inadvertently shipped in a cake cooler to the over-the-top billionaire wedding that Medi, her ma, and her aunties are working at an island resort on the California coastline. It is the biggest job yet for the family wedding business. Don't leave your big day to chance. Leave it to the Chans. And nothing, not even an unsavory corpse, will get in the way of her auntie's perfect buttercream flowers. But things go from inconvenient to downright torturous when Medi's great college love and biggest heartbreak makes a surprise appearance amid the wedding chaos. Is it possible to escape murder charges, charm her ex back into her life, and pull off a stunning wedding all in one weekend? That sounds like so much is going on, but from what I understand, it's like a mystery, comedy, romance. Yeah. Dude, I need you to, like, stop. I feel like you're just stealing the show, man. You're just stealing the show. I'm talking to you. Hey, psst. Can you, like, take a bath somewhere else? Okay. Anyway, yeah. Dial A for Aunties. That's what I want to read this month. The next book I want to read, I actually just picked up like a week or 2 ago, and I was like, oh, we're gonna read this. It's The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. So if I'm being honest, I don't really know what this is. I just know that I think it's like a horror, but there's like so many genres in this. Anyway, it's like a fantasy horror. It says Agatha Christie meets Groundhog Day, quite unlike anything I've ever read. So that's exciting. So somebody's going to be murdered at the ball tonight. Won't appear to be a murder, and so the murderer won't be caught. Rectify that injustice and I'll show you the way out. is meant to be a celebration, but it ends in tragedy as fireworks explode overhead. Evelyn Hardcastle, the young and beautiful daughter of the house, is killed, but Evelyn will not die just once. Until Aidan, one of the guests summoned to Black Health for the party, can solve her murder, the day will repeat itself, over and over again, every time ending with a fateful pistol shot. The only way to break the cycle is to identify her killer, but each time the day begins again, Aidan wakes in the body of a different guest, and someone is desperate to stop him ever escaping Blackheath. Oops. Anyway, sounds very interesting. It totally is like Agatha Christie meets Groundhog Day. But yeah, so I'm really hoping I will get to this month. I'm hoping I'll get to all these books because they're all really good. So the next book that's on my stock is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't know how to say his name, so I need to look that up. But this is the one that's about this girl shoots her husband 5 times in the face and then she never speaks another word. So because like she refuses to talk, obviously people think that like, you know, it becomes kind of mysterious and people want to know what's going on. So she, the silent patient, ends up being like hidden away from like the paparazzi and stuff at this asylum. Or not an asylum, a psychiatric unit. And there's a psychotherapist who he wants to like, basically his goal is to make her talk and find out like why she shot her husband. And basically the ending is that like, not the ending, but the end of the synopsis says that like him trying to figure that out and unravel that mystery will take him down a path more unexpected and more terrifying than he ever imagined. So yeah, I really hope that I might read this next because just I got a glimpse of one page and it said I shivered and I was like, ooh, I want to read this. All right. The next book is The Fine Print. So this is part of the Dreamland Billionaires, I want to say trilogy now, or I guess series. I don't know if there's going to be more books. But it's by Lauren Asher. I'm pretty sure that this is 2 authors. I might be wrong. Anyway, this is about Rowan and Zara, and he's in the business of like theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels, like anything that's like entertainment and like making fairy tales, as he puts it. And he wants to renovate Dreamland, which I guess is this like this place. It looks like Disneyland, so I'm gonna say yeah, probably the same kind of concept. And so he hired this person, Zara, but then he kissed her, and then from there, like, you know, it's a whole romance story. And yeah, so I think it's dual POV, is it? It is dual POV, which I love. So yeah, it's a romance, and I think the final offer is coming out pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, hoping to get to this month as well. Alright, the next book on my TBR is another romance. It's One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I said in my 2023 TBR that I want to get through her backlist, so I was like, let's start. Let's stay true to what I said and start with her backlist. So I'm gonna read One True Loves, hopefully. And this one is about, in her 20s, Emma Blair marries her high school sweetheart, Jessie. They build a life for themselves, far away from the expectations of their parents and the people of their hometown in Massachusetts. They travel the world together. Emma is a freelance writer. Jessie as a production assistant on nature documentaries, living life to the fullest and seizing every opportunity for adventure. On their first wedding anniversary, Jessie is on an assignment in the Aleutian Islands when his helicopter goes missing over the Pacific. Just like that, Jessie is gone forever. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to read the rest of the synopsis because it's really long. But this is the one where basically I feel like this whole synopsis like spoils half of the book, but I guess not. This probably all happens within like the first like 2 chapters or something. And then it's like figuring out. But basically, Jessie disappears. She goes home, you know, obviously mourns his death, bumps into an old friend, Sam, and then she falls in love again, and then they're about to like get married, like they're engaged, and then Jessie calls and he's alive, and she's like, oh my god, what do I do? So I don't know if this is dual timeline. It might be. This might be like maybe in another life where there's like 2 possible endings, but maybe not, because I feel like I would have heard people say something about that. But I am excited to read this because I did like Maybe in Another Life, and that was from her backlist, so I'm very excited for that. Alright, the next book on my TBR is The Assassin's Blade. I want to start the Throne of Glass series this year, so I'm going to start with The Assassin's Blade. I've done a lot of reading, and I've you know, gone back and forth between putting The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass on my TBR first to read, but I finally decided, based on my research, Sarah J Maas published this specific book after Throne of Glass, but the novellas inside of the book were published separately before Throne of Glass. So to me, that means that she wants us to read this first. And on everything that she posts, it's always this first. So I'm gonna do The Assassin's Blade first. However, I am like interested in how someone else would experience it the other way, so I don't know. If my friend reads it, I might ask her if she's willing to do it the other way so I can like chat with her about the difference. But yeah, so I'm gonna read this. I don't know if anyone like really knows what this is about, but basically it's about this assassin, and she works for the Assassin's Guild, and like this is a prequel to the Throne of Glass series, and I basically think it's like the main character's like backstory and like where she came from. But yeah, she's just trying to like get freedom and like very like fantasy, like I think very like origin story, I think, kind of thing. So I think it'll be good. It is kind of a thicker book. Well, not really. 735 pages. It just feels thicker. But yes. So hopefully I will finally start this series like this month. I feel like once I start it, I'll want to just read it. I don't want to start too many series because then it's going to be hard. Alright, the last book on my January TBR is The X Talk by Lynn Solomon. So when I saw this book, I really love the concept of it because it's like two, I think exes. Yeah, they're two exes that are on a podcast together. And first of all, love podcasts. Second of all, yes, second chance romance. So yeah, I don't really need to read the synopsis for this, but basically it's like, you know, they're trying to deceive the industry while they're doing this podcast together, but they start to fall in love again. So I think this would be really cute, and it says love is on the air on the cover, which is so funny and cute. But yeah, so hopefully I will get to this book as well this month. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Comment below what's on your January TBR. Love to know what everyone else is reading. And yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at angelisa.reads, and I hope to see you again. Bye.